table. And maybe you can say a few words about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. So we are with Lope, we're from Belgium, and we are, I think this year, the only a cappella group, so we're going to be the only ones singing without instruments. So I'm going to introduce you to all the members of the group and what we're doing. So we have on the right, we have Etienne, who's the bass of the group. We have Alexia, the soprano. We have Benoit, the baritone. I'm the tenor. Florence, who is the alto. And we have our special feature, which is quite interesting in the song because he replaces any need for drums. He's our very own beatbox. It's the vice world champion of beatboxing, Roxel Loops, and so we're very proud to work with him.
Your song, your music, I was just amazed that you don't have any instruments. And I have to admit, I actually listened to the video, the music. I saw it twice on YouTube because I'm like, it sounds like you have instruments. Do you actually ever have a song where you think it would be helpful to have a piano or guitar or some instrument?
Yeah, I mean it depends which kind of style you're singing, but especially for this song that we're doing for Eurovision, it's kind of a hip-hoppy, jazzy sound. So all the harmonies that we are singing are very jazzy harmonies, and sometimes if you cannot hear yourself properly, it's very tricky to keep those harmonies together. So it's the work that we do before we do any songs in public. We need to rehearse a lot to make everything tight together so that people, when they listen to the song, actually forget that there are no instruments. That's the main idea behind what we're doing.
And how was your first rehearsal on the big stage?
It was actually, I think, I cannot speak for everyone, but we quite enjoyed it. It was slightly frightening when we entered the arena because it's such a huge venue. But being there and being able to do the song and the sound engineers are doing a really great job. So it's very comfortable for us on stage. It took a little bit of time to get used to, but at the end of our fourth or fifth run of the song, we felt quite confident. Not overconfident because we still have to see how it's going to be with the public in, but it's a good start for us. We're really happy of how it all worked till now.
Very good. Now I would like to ask the members of the press, if you have any questions, please introduce yourself and tell us what media organization you work for. Over here.
Hello, my name is Armin from Hamburg, from Miriam. Hello, welcome Belgium. Congratulations to a wonderful rehearsal. I liked it and enjoyed it very much. I was in the hall earlier. My question, well, I'm curious because I tried to pay attention if you're counting or giving some signs, because you don't have any, well, instruments to start with. Almost everyone has some instruments. And you don't watch to each other when you start. How do you know when they all start? Because you all start together.
That's a little secret.
And what are you doing?
I'm going to explain. It's like some of the other contestants have, but we have in-ear systems, so we don't use the backups on the stage. We have in-ear system, yeah. And in those in-ears, just before the song, we have the tuning of the song. So we got our notes, each of us. So it goes something like do 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 do, and it goes without. It sounds like that. And during the whole song to stay all together, because it's such a huge place, we needed some way of knowing that we're all going to be singing on the right beat. We have a click track behind, so nobody can hear the click track in the hall, but we have a little metronome sound in our ear. It's not always very pleasant, but we have to do it for such a big show. We have to work with this. But we got used to it. We've rehearsed a lot, and I think people can tell on the stage. So that was a very good question.
Alistair, I think you had a question.
Alistair Birch from Australian Radio. For starters, it's such a pleasure to see people from all three Belgian regions on the stage together. It happens too rarely. Can you tell us about the special role of Pierre-Laurent Benoit? I understand he's considered a member of your group, and where is he?
He's somewhere around. He's actually he's over there. He's the seventh member of the group. He's the sound engineer, and he's a very important link between what we're doing on stage and the sound guys in Eurovision, because we're doing something so tricky that we always work with the same sound engineer. So he's following us in concerts everywhere, and for this occasion it's a bit different because we cannot have him always with us. So he's helping us doing the link between what we want to sound like and the sound guys of Eurovision who are doing an amazing job, I have to say. So he's a member of the group, so that's why he's not the sound guy, he creates the sound on stage when we do concerts.
I think there was another question on this side. No? Anyone else? Yeah? Okay.
Bonjour la Belgique, je m'appelle Simon, je suis polonais, du administrateur. Je voulais poser une question. I would like to ask a question to the head of delegation about the national final in Belgium. I don't want to offend anybody here, but I mean, this is the contest of the public broadcasters. Is the aim of the public broadcaster RTBF to gather money from people for the Eurovision Song Contest? Because I know that it was the aim of your selection, isn't it? What was behind this? Could you explain us?
No,
I'm interested in different selections, and that's why I asked this question.
Well, I think it was an originality first. It's the first time it exists. It's the fact we wanted the viewers, we wanted the public to, from the right of the beginning, to choose the candidates. And so selection was made from the beginning. We had nothing to do. So we broadcasters had nothing to do with the ones who were selected from the beginning, but we had to put something in place. How could we vote for them? So we had the idea of saying, okay, people who arrive to 20,000 euros is with producers who put in money. For instance, they had 400 different producers. So each producer didn't put a lot of money, but they'll be having their money back because they said, okay, for us, this is a good group. All the other candidates were the winners were reimbursed. So for us,
it's not about money really. I think it's just about, as you said, letting people kind of participate in bringing the people they want on stage and helping the production by giving a small amount of money. Because really, when you're 400 for 20,000, it's something about 50 euros per person. So it's not a lot. And if they can get something out of it later, that's actually quite nice. They're the producers, so yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't only about being a candidate, it was being a producer as well. Does that answer your question? Good. I was wondering, when I heard your band titled With Love Bay, and then the song With Love Baby, it sounds very similar. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah, it's actually, well, you can explain it because it's your idea, the beatboxer.
Basically, I was thinking about a song for our website, and as we're Belgian, our website would be withlovebay.be. And if you take away the dot, you get With Love Baby, which sounds kind of like With Love Baby. So, yeah.
So it's not a coincidence. Actually, an easy way to remember your title of the song.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So the beatboxer, you just called him. I'm always wondering, how do you get those sounds out of your mouth?
Tutorial, a little bit.
Yeah, a little tutorial. We'll see if the sound is any good or not. That's quite okay. So, basically there's three main sounds. First sound being the kick drum, which is letter B. It's a bit hard. Second sound is the hi-hat, which is letter T. And third sound is rim shot or a clap with letter K. If you put them in place, it goes.
You can't, make all three sounds at the same time, right?
No, but you can make it look like you're making it.
The faster he goes, the stronger the feeling gets. There is a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Are there any more questions out there? Okay, here, please in the back.
How did you choose the name of the group, Meatloaf Bay?
That's an interesting Dutch. So that's an interesting question. We started working with the group a long time ago, about 5 or 6 years, And after some rehearsals, we had the first concert coming up, and we were in the need of finding a name, and we were going through a lot of different ideas, American names. Yeah, we had some. I remember sometime we have Speechless or something like that, and we thought, well, it sounds a bit too heard before, you know, something. We need to find something that defines us as a Belgian group, and what defines Belgian usually is the surreal humor, sense of humor, and we thought, oh, Witloaf has a nice ring to it, and to many Belgian people, it's seen as the Belgian vegetable. If you have to pick one out of all vegetables, Witloaf is, yeah, it's the most Belgian. And in English, it's chicory. So for those who don't know Witloaf, it's that kind of white and green little, a bit bitter kind of vegetable. It's quite Belgian. And then we were talking about it, and it was like, we need to find something that goes with it. And I was willing to do something more like a destination, like somewhere crazy where you could go on holidays for a weird, something like Miami Beach or Dawson's Creek, and we thought Witloaf Bay. Sounds a bit weird, sounds a bit surreal place to go, but why not? That's us.
Chicory Bay.
Chicory Bay, yeah, in English doesn't sound too good.
Yeah,
but
that's better in language. You said yourself you are the only a cappella band at the Eurovision Song Contest.
This year, but I think in the whole story of Eurovision, we're the second one. The first one was Cosmos in 2006. So yeah, we're quite proud to.
How did you come up to compete for the Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, as Leslie said, we had this open competition for the first time in Belgium, and we've been wondering through the past, how do you get selected to go to Eurovision? And at the moment where we wondered that, the selection gets open in Belgium for everyone. So we thought, we heard about it, different people we knew were going to compete, and we thought, well, what do we have to lose? Let's try. Let's try to put a song together. Let's do something nice, and let's try the adventure, and we'll see. Maybe people will like it. And it actually worked because people voted massively for us in Belgium, and it was actually a big surprise because we thought, oh, we're a cappella, so we're not there to win because it's so strange. People are going to find it different, maybe. So maybe they will get the interest, but never winning the competition. So when we won the Belgian competition, we were very surprised and very happy that so many people felt something different and wanted to bring something different on the stage.
And why did you want to compete in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah, that was actually the question. I said, we wanted to do it because we thought this could be a wonderful exposure and a wonderful way of sharing the music we do, because this is not a very mainstream type of music, and we thought if people can discover it well and if they can like it, that's all we want actually.
We really didn't think about winning and going this far. We thought we just put a song on there and then we'll see. And so we never really imagined really coming here. So
it's still a bit surreal to be here and singing in the arena. It's very nice.
Well, maybe at the end of your performance, people will wonder why other bands actually need instruments if you don't need any, right? Do we have other questions in the front, please?
Yes, Jutta Krause, Radio International. Hello. It was just said a cappella is not standard in Eurovision, but it is a very well an old genre. Do you have any idols or
oh yeah, we do.
in past times, like comedian harmonists or the newer ones?
You want to answer? Yeah, go.
I'm the specialist for vocal groups. No, of course we love a lot of vocal groups. There are hundreds or thousands of a cappella groups in the world. They're just not well known because they are not in the media. But of course since 1930s, of course the comedian harmonists here in Germany, but also in the United States, the Mills Brothers, and then later on other groups. And we decided to create this group, Florence and myself, because we are a cappella fans. And some of the groups we really like still sing now, like the Real Group from Sweden, Rajaton from Finland, the Swingle Singers from England, and Take Six from United States of America. These are the main groups we like, but there are hundreds of them.
there's different styles as well to question.
Yes, of course. A cappella is not a genre or a style, it's just a way of performing music, as you have a chamber orchestra or I don't know, a band or a brass band. This is not a style, it's just the instrumentation. But of course there are as many different styles of a cappella music as there are different bands. But we are more on the pop, hip-hop, poppy side of it. Yeah.
There's another question here in the back.
Agent de Belgique, est-ce que ça fait 25 ans que son Hakim a gagné? Est-ce que c'est pas une pression sur les épaules de se dire que ça fait quand même très longtemps, donc ça vaut...
Okay, so the question was, Son Hakim, the Belgian winner from 25 years ago, won 25 years ago from this today, exactly today actually. And so and the question was, does it put some kind of pressure on your shoulders knowing that she won 25 years ago and you're here now to defend Belgium? So yes, I mean it's not really pressure, but we're really happy to be here on that kind of special birthday. And we had the chance of meeting Son Hakim when we prepared the show, and we sang a little bit with her and sang her song, her winning song. And we actually have we could sing a little bit of the Son Hakim's song. Maybe it's not really rehearsed, but we thought we could do it. So I'm going to hand the microphone to the bass because you need to hear him.
What we could do, if you give the volunteers a little bit of time, we can take the tables away, and then you can go up to the mics up here. Okay.
That's the tricky part when you're
I understand you've supported Manhattan Transfer at their concerts. Did you get to jam together in a kind of a cappella sort of way? Did you learn anything from them, and did they learn anything from you?
If only. We performed at the same festival in Germany actually, in Mainz.
In Mainz, in Mainz.
But we didn't have the chance to sing with them and perform with them. But we sang the first part of the concert with other groups, and then we had the chance to watch them, which is already quite a big privilege. So we didn't have the chance to, and they still rock. They still rock. They're amazing, and it's a big lesson for us. I don't think they got a lesson from us, but for us it was a big, it was a big lesson for us.
There's one more, I think 2 more questions. You were first, in the back, please. And you're next.
Yeah, bedankt. Hello, I'm Steve from Road to Düsseldorf from the Netherlands. You're Flemish, right? From Belgium?
We're from everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, from everywhere. That's great. Well, my question is directed to you then.
Yeah.
This year it was the selection was organized by the French. Yes. So, do you think that maybe now that there's also Dutch-speaking guy participating, maybe it will be more united entry, and that people from all around Belgium are going to watch, and not just from Cologne?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Of course, when we do media, radio, television things, in the Dutch-speaking part, it's always me talking for the group. But I don't really feel that there's a more collective going to Eurovision. I don't really feel that me being Dutch is really convincing Dutch-speaking people to get into the adventure. So yeah, I don't know if that's sad or happy. But yeah, maybe it helps a little bit, because then people will say, oh, but there's this Flemish guy in there, and then and of course I have a little fan base already of Dutch-speaking people which know me, so maybe we'll get a little bit more attention, but it's not that much yet.
So there's one more question here.
Hello, team of Belgium. Oxaloop, the question to you, because we interviewed you before, and I just saw you doing J'aime la vie as a beatboxer. How long can you do this in a concert? Is that tiring you out, and you must be hyper-concentrated to do this?
Well, actually, the thing is, you have to be ultra-concentrated, and it takes a lot of effort to do it, which I noticed actually on a concert we did, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago? 3 days ago. I was tired before doing the concert, and I could really feel it. But if I'm okay, like if I'm a regular, it's no problem for me. I can go on hours and hours. But if I'm already tired, then I can feel that it takes a lot of effort.
But if I may add on, singing a cappella is actually more tiring for everybody, even for the singers, because we're not, as part of the group, you just wait for the introduction, and then you start singing, and then you have a bit of rest when the orchestra takes over. There's no orchestra, so we are singing all the time. So when you finish singing a lead, you go to, and you sing the lead again, and then you go back. And so if you sing a 3-minute song a cappella, you sing for 3 minutes full on. So yeah, and more so for the beatboxer, because if he has to do something quite tricky, it gets really tiring. But yeah, the a cappella genre is tiring.
Well, thank you. And before I will ask you to actually sing your song, I'm looking for Marina, who's your press contact. So for the members of the press, you can hand your business cards to her. And I think,